never thought I'd be one of those guys, the ones who post stories about their cheating spouses online for some weird sense of closure or validation. But here I am, doing exactly that. Not because I'm looking for sympathy, but because what happened to me is so absurd, it feels like something out of a movie. Strap in, it's a long one. So I had been married to my wife, Sarah, for about 8 years. We met in college, did the whole whirlwind romance thing, and eventually tied the knot. She was everything I thought I wanted: smart, funny, gorgeous, and incredibly driven in her career as a real estate agent. We had a house in the suburbs, 2 dogs, and we're even talking about starting a family soon. Life was good, or at least I thought it was. Everything started to unravel last year. Sarah began working longer hours, saying she had new clients and bigger deals she was closing. I didn't think much of it at first. Real estate can be unpredictable, so I assumed the hustle was just part of the job. But then there were the business dinners and late night showings. She became distant, more focused on her phone, and less interested in spending time together. Our conversations became shorter, colder, and felt more obligatory. I won't lie, there were red flags. But I was that guy who trusted his wife completely. We've all heard stories of people being paranoid, wrecking their marriages because they couldn't trust their spouse. I wasn't going to be that guy. Besides, Sarah always reassured me that she loved me and everything was fine. I even blamed myself for feeling off, convincing myself I was just overthinking it. That is, until one day when Sarah left her phone on the kitchen counter while she took a shower. Now, I'm not the type to snoop seriously, I'd never done it before, but something in my gut just told me to look. I opened her phone, and there it was. Messages. Not from a client, not from a coworker, but from a guy named Jason. And it wasn't just flirty banter, it was full-on explicit. It became crystal clear she was having an affair. My stomach dropped. My heart raced. I felt like I'd been sucker punched. But the worst part, Jason wasn't just some random guy. He was a former client of hers, a married one. And I later found out he wasn't just any other man. Jason was a felon. A convicted scam artist who had done time for fraud. I didn't confront her right away. No, I needed a plan. I wasn't just going to fly off the handle and end up looking like the crazy one. I needed to gather more evidence and figure out exactly what I was dealing with. Over the next 2 weeks, I started playing detective. I installed a keylogger on our shared computer and set up a secret camera in the living room. It didn't take long before the affair became glaringly obvious. Sarah would message Jason constantly, sometimes even in front of me, pretending it was work-related. Meanwhile, I'd catch glimpses of their raunchy conversations and even plans for meetups when I was supposedly working late. But here's where things get wild. One day, while digging through her computer, I stumbled upon something that sent chills down my spine. Jason wasn't just using Sarah for sex, he was using her for access. Sarah had inadvertently been helping him with real estate deals that he was manipulating for his own shady gain. He was conning people out of properties using Sarah as the middleman, and she was completely oblivious to the fact that she was aiding and abetting a felon. That was it. I had all the ammo I needed. First, I contacted a lawyer and had them start working on divorce papers. But that wasn't enough for me. No, I wanted Jason to pay for this in more ways than one. So I did what any pissed-off husband would do. I went straight to the police. With all the evidence I'd gathered, including emails, messages, and the fraudulent property deals, I presented everything to the authorities. They were more than interested in Jason's little side hustle. The next few weeks were an emotional roller coaster. Sarah had no idea I knew what was going on. I played the part of the oblivious husband while secretly working behind the scenes to dismantle her little fantasy world. It all came to a head one fateful Friday afternoon. Sarah was at work, and I was sitting at home when I got a call from the police. Jason had been arrested. They raided his apartment and found enough evidence to charge him with multiple counts of fraud. But it doesn't end there. Later that evening, I confronted Sarah. I laid everything out: the affair, the fraud, Jason's arrest. She tried to deny it at first, but once I showed her the mountain of evidence, she broke down. She begged for forgiveness, swore she didn't know about Jason's criminal past, claimed she was just in over her head. She even went as far as saying she still loved me and that we could work it out. Yeah, no, I handed her the divorce papers right there and told her to get out. She left in tears, but I didn't care. I had no sympathy left for her at that point. Here's the kicker: Jason's wife. Yeah, she reached out to me after the arrest. Turns out she was planning to leave him, but now she was using the arrest as grounds for full custody of their kids. We've been talking ever since, just as friends, but it's been oddly comforting to have someone else who understands exactly what I've been through. Sarah moved in with her parents and lost her job when word got out that she'd been mixed up in Jason's criminal dealings. She's now in the process of trying to rebuild her life, but as for me, I'm free. I'm free of the lies, the betrayal, and the toxic relationship that I didn't even know was poisoning me. So Reddit, that's my story. My cheating wife got exactly what she deserved. Karma hit her like a freight train. And Jason, well, he's sitting in a jail cell where he belongs.